Roentgeld's theory states that the way we understand video games will shape our expectations of how they should work and what they should do. This theory supposedly relates to most video games, including sandbox games. According to Techopedia, a sandbox or open world game is a game style in which minimal character limitations are placed on the gamer as they explore large virtual worlds. The idea of this genre of gaming is that the player is given many customizable options so they can choose what they want to do and when they want to do it, hence living a virtual reality. Made in 1984, the Seven Cities of Gold was the first ever sandbox game. In comparison to modern sandbox games such as Skyrim and Grand Theft Auto 5, it is clear that the genre has evolved over time, but the idea of making the player feel like they are in the game's virtual reality still exists today. Tulloch states that video games can be understood like film, in the sense that they both have audio-visual media and tell a story. If we understood video games like films, we would be expecting games to tell a fixed narrative. However, sandbox games feature narratives that change according to certain interactions in the game. For example, in Skyrim, the player can decide whether to side with either the Imperial or Stormcloak army, with the decision affecting the direction of the storyline. Film and sandbox games therefore differ when it comes to storytelling, as a film will be the same each time you watch it, whereas the story in a sandbox game can change significantly each time you play it. Tulloch also states that video games can be understood like traditional play, in the sense that they both have rules and guidelines and that both require player input. If we understood video games like traditional play, we would be expecting games to have limitations that force us to play fairly and as the game is intended to be played. However, sandbox games contain less rules and guidelines than other genres to allow players more freedom. For example, in Grand Theft Auto 5 you are allowed to switch between the 3 playable characters and explore the entirety of the map for the majority of the game, whereas non-sandbox games have greater limitations on a player's freedom. Video games can also be understood like life and reality. However, this doesn't apply to all genres of games. If we understood video games like reality, we would be expecting games to offer a certain degree of freedom. Sandbox games reflect reality as they offer choice by providing customization options and allowing the player to choose how his character lives in the alternative reality that is the game. For example, in Skyrim, the player is provided with a plethora of choice regarding his character's appearance, personality, combat style, and storyline progression. This sense of reality is also brought about by a detailed environment. For example, the large map in Grand Theft Auto 5 feels real and authentic with a constant flow of traffic, bright sunsets, reflective surfaces, and a variety of objects that players can interact with. However, video games can't depict total reality because of technological limitations, and because games would either be too difficult or too boring. Nevertheless, as a genre that has minimal limitations allowing players to experience the virtual reality of their own personalized character, sandbox games have proven that Roentgeld's theory regarding our expectations of video games is only somewhat accurate as it doesn't apply to all genres of video games.